My name is Julia Martins. I'm a research associate at the University of Colorado Boulder. I'm the associate director of the Media Economics Design Lab, and I'm also serving as a state commissioner at the Colorado Office of Employee Ownership. I work with economic democracy and social justice through shared governance and collective ownership. That means a lot around cooperation, reciprocity, and mutuality as the primary framework. My primary project is governance ecologies, looking at different governance traditions worldwide. My background is in law. I've studied law, did my law degree and my master's degree in human rights and innovation in Brazil. And then I completed my doctorate in Italy in social and legal sciences, working with cooperative law. And through this process, I understood that to safeguard human rights, we need a different economic system or a different framework for our economic system. What brought me to law was this interest in understanding society and the infrastructure. And when I was very young, like my mom said, that one of my first words was why, porque in Portuguese. And I would be just a toddler saying why. And I think that law gives a lot of the answers of how and why we structure things in a certain way. So I was interested in understanding basically the pipeline of society. And I think law and its framework teaches you so much about why we organize ourselves the way we do and how we can change that. So I got connected to the cooperative movement and cooperative studies, which is an alternative enterprise model. It's an association, a volunteer association where different members meet their common economic, social, and cultural needs through the cooperative. And that's an interesting framework that can be applied in different contexts or inspire different approaches in different contexts. And so I have been working with public policy and law through this work with technology. We are applying the colonial lens into governance systems. We want to create more democratic spaces, but we need to look at different examples of democracy and different examples of community governance and control and how people manage their own affairs. And we are looking at a larger, diverse pool of experiences and not just North Atlantic systems. As a society, we decided democracy is the best way of structuring ourselves politically, but that choice was not made in all spheres of life. In the economic realm, we still fail to apply the same democratic principles that we live in our political life. So it would be the cooperatives is this space of bringing democratic values into the workplace. It's bringing a voice and governance to the users, producers, workers, consumers. And it's just a framework that works with democratic values in its governance and ownership structure. So it's a way of bringing that democratic experience to the enterprise. We tend to learn to think the world is the way it is. And the reality is very multidimensional, and we are able to structure and be architects of this process. And this is a key moment in time we're able to envision the future in technology and build as users, as a community of users, of people behind the structure of the protocols and the development of the softwares, to envision what kind of cyberspace we want to live in. And this is growing a bigger and bigger part of our life. So the question is how we want that life to be online.